being there. Ends up going with the new group. A new group in now for the Raptors. Jonas Valanciunas, who's checked in for Biyombo. T.J. Warren comes in for Patrick Patterson. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. And it's Lowry in for Roberson. So the Raptors 5 right now. Lowry out there with Corey Joseph. Then there's Warren. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's DeRozan in at the small forward. In transition, here come the Bulls. Drops in the breakaway layup. 6 points for Butler. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Chicago.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
The Bulls leading by 6.
2 minutes.
And here is Wallace. Pass to Portis. Back to Wallace. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Wallace has got his 3rd basket of the night.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
And he gets it to go.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
That's how you make it happen, guys. Ball pressure and then a run on.
And that's how you flip the script in terms of momentum right there.
Noah with a screen for Chalmers. From 11 feet away. That's good from Wallace on the assist by Chalmers. 8 points for Freak. Raptors trail by 6. There's 53 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Valanciunas. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws.
He gets right to the rim, but the defense there to deter him.
I really like that he didn't shy away from the contact at all. I mean, he was determined to get to the basket, no matter who was offering the resistance.
The Bulls leading by 5. There's the feed to Noah. DeRozan against Butler, and he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Raptors trail by 5. Joseph dishes to Lowry. It's his first trip to the line. Free throw drops for Lowry.
2 shots.
And he makes the first but misses the second.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Dishes it to DeRozan. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. For Toronto, they have shot 67% from the line tonight, going 4-6. He misses the free throw. And that concludes the first.
Thank you, Kevin. Dwayne Casey with me here. And, Coach, some pretty good shooting from your guys in the first half, but you're still trailing. What's the focus in the second half?
We're in the game offensively, but
Welcome back to the NBA playoffs as we get ready to continue. And it's Udrich in for Derrick Rose. Then for the Raptors, Marcus Morris is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Andre Robertson comes in for T.J. Warren. And it's Joseph in for Kyle Lowry. Wallace in at shooting guard. Pau Gasol is out there with Paul Millsap. And it's Udrih, and it's early in at the small forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Raptors trail by 9. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. DeRozan passes to Morris. And it's Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Wallace with the ball. Picked up by Joseph. Wallace kicks to Udrih. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Udrih has got his 2nd basket of the game. Outside DeRozan. Morris, left side, fires it up. From out on the wing, he knocks it down.
Assisted by DeMar DeRozan.
Chicago with the ball. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. On the wing, Wallace. DeRozan defending. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean,
Lock it up.
you got to play without fouling.
Chicago making some changes. Joakim Noah is checked in for Gasol. Portis comes in for early. And it's Chalmers in for Udrih. Biyombo is checked in for Toronto. Now here's Joseph. Millsap covering. There's a good screen. Joseph dishes to Biyombo. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Chalmers passes to Wallace. Drops in the layup for 2. Wallace has got 15.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
And the 3 off target. Raptors trail by 11. And Roberson kicks to Morris. And the pass to Roberson. And the wide open shot from Morris. Rebound by Wallace. Wallace has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Stolen by Joseph. And oh, here we go. Joseph's got it. The fast break chance. That's good.
Great D. Kicked it off and took it all the way for the solo finish.
And the Bulls making a change here. Butler's checked in. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. Just a massive victory, Greg. Maybe it's overstating it, but...
Gentlemen, I'm here with Pau Gasol. And Pau, what's the mentality that you bring into a game to allow you to be at your most effective rhythm?
Oh, just got to came out really aggressive, just trying to pound the board.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, Derrick Rose. He had an outstanding 4th quarter where he really shined, pouring it on heavy down the stretch.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
This series was in danger of getting away from them, but he just would not let it fall into a 2-game hold. He pumped new life into the season by leading them tonight to even the series. This kid is woo-wee.
And that will wrap up this round 1 broadcast. The
you're always going to have.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome to the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And folks, you can feel the fierceness, the intensity of this series setting the tone prior to Game 3. Moments away, it'll be the Chicago Bulls going up against the Toronto Raptors. For the Raptors, they lost Game 2 in a close one. Sometimes a random bounce can make the difference, but they're looking to take matters into their own hands tonight. And after stealing one on the road, they've put themselves in the driver's seat. Shaq, how big is this home court advantage in the series right now?
It's big, Ernie. They're in a really good position if they win here tonight. This game is obviously not technically a must-win for either team, but it will certainly be a pivotal game when we look back at the series.
What kind of a game will it be?
Pivotal.
I agree with you.
P-I-B-B-O-B-O-L.
I could not have said that better myself. How about you, Jed?
Man, I love pivotal games. It's just the series is tied up. Both teams want this game badly. And, you know, I think with the home team being here and their fans behind them, the pivotal will move in their pendulum in their favor.
Nice.
Wow, there were a lot of P words right there. And now with the play-by-play, here's Kevin Harlan.
Welcome, everyone, to Game 3 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. We're all tied at 1-1. If the first two games have been any indication, we should be in for a great series. This is Kevin Harlan. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Lowry against Wallace. Lowry passes to Biyombo. Here's Valanciunas. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Wallace goes in. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
Morris is checked in for the Raptors. Joseph comes in for Warren.
That's his first personal foul, third team foul.
Toronto shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
Biyombo at the line for 2.
And he can't get the first one. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Toronto. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. The Bulls leading by 5. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. His shot is good.
They've got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
And Joseph kicks to Morris. Stolen by Chalmers. Wallace outside. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And during this break, let's take a look at some of the very best perimeter passers in basketball. These were the regular season assist leaders from the shooting guard position. In the third spot, DeMar DeRozan.
And what that group has a great understanding of is the importance of ball movement. I mean, they can all create their own shot, but their superb ability to set up teammates really stands out.
Yeah, I think you've got to attribute it to the unselfish attitude that each of them has. I mean, sure, they're going to attack and make sure they get their points, but they get just as much satisfaction in racking up assists, too.
Morris dishes to Biyombo. No good with the elbow jumper.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Here's Wallace. And again, Chicago, no good. Raptors trail by 8. Here's Roberson. And DeRozan at the basket on the assist from Roberson. That's now 8 points for DeMar DeRozan. For Chicago, they've gone 8 of 10 shooting, coming out very strong. And it's sent back by Morris. They retain possession. They grabbed their own miss.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
To the wing on the left, all alone. Rebound by Wallace.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
No luck. And Toronto will come the other way. They come into this one after losing on Sunday.
And that kind of loss sticks with you for a while because they probably felt they were the better team on that night. They just could not make the plays down the stretch.
Guys, you know, there are times when you would rather lose by double digits than to let a win get away from you when you thought you had. And that sometimes is harder to deal with.
And he was kept in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Chicago making some changes. And here are the Bulls now, trailing here by 8. So for Chicago right now, Wallace, he's in at the point. Paul Millsap out there with Portis. Then there's Chalmers. And it's Gasol in at the 5. Raptors have gone a superb 7 of 7 from the field here in the second. Lowry against Wallace. Valanciunas, and a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Valanciunas has got 8 points.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Yeah, they're cracking. Absolutely cracking and looking to pad that lead.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Lowry against Wallace. Now the feed to Gasol. Can't hit. Now Toronto takes it the other way. Dishes it to Lowry. Cranes the three-pointer. Lowry's got 9 points in the quarter.
This offense just continues to impress.
Yeah, getting hotter and hotter, Greg, and they're really cooking now. Actually cooking with gas, and you know what kind of heat that is. Fire! That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Patterson, that's good. Patterson's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Playing smart offensively in the first half, no doubt about it.
Yeah, the numbers support it. I mean, they're shooting the much better percentage from the field so far.
Joseph, the pass to Warren, and Gasol sends it back. And here is Wallace. 8 points for him. To halt the run. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Wallace has got 10 points in the game.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there. They've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Raptors leading by 15. Now Joseph. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Lowry has the open look. Lowry can't get that one to fall. The Bulls shooting here about 46% for the game. Here's Wallace. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Kicks to Patterson. Joseph dishes to Valanciunas. Lowry, good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Here's Wallace. Again, Wallace missing. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Lowry, rejected by Millsap. Toronto will go for a different look here. Biyombo is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Marcus. And so we conclude.
Thanks, Kev. Coach Casey, you head into halftime with a bit of a cushion here. How do you keep up this intensity for the rest of the
And we're set to get started again for the next bit of action. Some changes for Toronto. Biyombo, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Marcus Morris comes in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Andre Robertson in for T.J. Warren. Chicago also making some changes. Joakim Noah is checked in for Gasol. Calderon comes in for Portis. And Wallace subbed in for Rose. Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. Marcus Morris is out there with Bismack Biyombo. And it's Robertson in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Morris, no good.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
Wallace with the ball. Now guarded by DeRozan. Bulls trail by 20. There's the dish to Calderon. Noah with a screen on DeRozan. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
Just a boneheaded play there, guys. Plain and simple.
Well, tell me how you really feel about that, Greg. But you're right. I mean, mistakes like that will keep you from cutting deficits, no doubt.
Lowry against Wallace. Near the three-point line, it's Morris. And again, no good by Toronto.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Calderon kicks to Wallace. Noah the screen. Wallace outside. From the arc. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
What a 3 at the horn as they end the quarter on a high note.
Couldn't agree more. That'll give them a nice little lift, I think, going into the next quarter.
And we're back to the action here. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. And they've edged in front in the series after an outstanding... performance here in Game 3.
Kevin, it sure was. When teams split the first two.
Kyle, how big a fact?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, DeMar DeRozan. He came out of the locker room at halftime and was immediately on fire. That third quarter was his, and he did not hesitate to exert his will.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities.
And we are still early in the postseason. There's more.
Do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, another one. DJ Khaled.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to NBA playoff basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Got Kenny the Jet Smith, got Shaquille O'Neal. Time to get ready for this crucial Game 4 of the opening round. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Toronto Raptors in their house, Air Canada Center. For the Raptors, they won Game 3 going away and are looking to make another statement tonight. Definitely a bounce in their step. And this is a pivotal game for them, a chance to take a 3-1 series lead. After stealing home court, how important is it, Kenny, that they win here tonight?
It's huge, Ernie. No question about it. Because if you lose this one, you lose, basically, you're back into a 3-game series. And how can you say you have an advantage in a 3-game series? You have to get this one.
It's big time, Ernie. This is one of those games where whoever wins, I think, will have control of the series. Both teams know the stakes and the importance.
It's Game 4 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. Glad you could join us today. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Keller and Greg Anthony. You can feel the energy here at Air Canada Center. The Raptors looking to please their fans in this Eastern Conference matchup. And folks, Pau Gasol will not be in the lineup, out with an injury.
Kevin, his injury is
for Toronto. Biombo, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas, and Marcus Morris subbed in for Patterson. Chicago also making some changes. Portis comes in for Paul Millsap, and Wallace subbed in for Derrick Rose.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
And that last replay courtesy of Keith. Noah's shot is off.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
The Bulls have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Don't usually see him shooting the three. Wallace has got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size. You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
DeRozan with it. Butler covering. Outside Lowry. Three-pointer. And he gets it to go. And that will tie this game up.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Here's Wallace. That doesn't go either for Wallace.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
For Toronto, they have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Roberson, he's checked in for Toronto. Joseph comes in for Kyle Lowry. Mario Chalmers for a different look here. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Patterson comes in for Morris. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Warren. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Roberson. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Paul Millsap's checked in for Noah. Cephalosha comes in for Jimmy Butler. Wallace is checked in for Mario Chalmers. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Udrih. On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. Wallace, he's in at shooting guard. Portis is out there with Paul Millsap. And it's Thabo Cephalosha. And it's Rose in at the guard position. Now here's Joseph. Guarded closely. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense. The Raptors shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. So it's Toronto now. It's a 3-point game. They're feeling confident after Tuesday's big win.
And a couple guys got hot early, and then it became contagious. You could see that everybody kind of pitched in when it came to shooting.
Exactly right, Greg. I mean, normally there's a hot shooter. The defense can kind of lock into that guy and then let somebody else get some shots. But that wasn't even an option in that game because everybody was on fire.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
It's stolen by DeRozan. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Lowry. Back to DeRozan. And the bucket counts. And he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line. That's good from DeMar DeRozan. 16 seconds left now here in the second. Wallace, the pass to Noah. Wallace outside. There's the pick. Trying to get back on track. Shot is off. And we're through the first half of basketball here in what's been a good one. Raptors lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live from the Air Canada Center in downtown Toronto.
All right, we got a few things to cover before the second half. This isn't a game I'm going to let slip away from us. We need this one. Nice work coming off the bench, guys. Great energy, great offense. We really got to show our depth in the first half. One thing I liked, our passing, getting a lot of assists. Unselfish passing can get us into a nice rhythm, and that's how we get ourselves on a run. And let's try to play the second half at a moderate pace. Not too slow, but not too fast that it turns into a shootout. That's not what we want. This game isn't just about today. We get this win, we build momentum for the rest of the playoffs. Our train will be rolling.
Welcome back to Game 4 as we get ready to start things up again.
What a game for Rose. He's got 16 points and he's drained 3 3-point bombs so far.
Don't stop. Don't hesitate. Keep firing from out there when the shot's falling like this.
So the Raptors with some changes. Biyombo, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Andre Robertson comes in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Joseph in for Kyle Lowry. The Bulls also changing it up. Portis, he's checked in for Noah. Chalmers comes in for Jimmy Butler. And Wallace subbed in for Rose. Corey Joseph is out there at the Rosen. Then there's Warren. And there's Bismack Biyombo. And it's Roberson in at the 3 slot. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. And Joseph kicks to DeRozan. From 12 feet out. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
The mid-range that you've seen from them about as good as it gets. And there has not been a drop-off in the second half.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnover.
Bulls trail by 3. Wallace attacking. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Wallace has got 5 now.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds a spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending.
No good. Now Toronto takes it the other way.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
And that one's good.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
52 seconds left in the third quarter. And that one's good. Millsap.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Now Joseph, he's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1.
A second chance effort. That doesn't go either for Wallace.
Talk about hurting your team. I mean, he just can't get anything to go out there.
Here's DeRozan. It balls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Wallace goes in, and he gets it to go. Wallace has got 4 points now in the quarter.
What handles? He broke the D down to the ground with that move.
Off on that one. And we welcome you back to our coverage of some changes for Toronto. Morris comes in for Patrick Patterson, and Warren subbed in for Roberson. The Bulls also changing it up. Portis is just in for Millsap. Cephalosha comes in for Beno Udrih. And Wallace subbed in for Rose. Taking a look at the Bulls. Wallace, he's in at point guard. Portis is out there at Noah. And there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Cephalosha in at the small forward. Here's Wallace. Brings it from downtown.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Here's Lowry. Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
No room for mistakes right now.
And finished off by DeRozan.
Oh, that's the shot of the game.
Well, he was fearless enough to get it up and down, and it paid off for him.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, you got the lead. Burn some clock here.
Smart move.
Yep.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock to take the lead. Another miss by DeRozan. Wallace. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way.
We've got time. You don't have to isolate immediately.
Sixteen seconds left to play in the final quarter. Outside DeRozan. Ooh, offline. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. This was a crucial game for him, tying up the series at 2 apiece, Greg. A huge accomplishment.
In this series,
Jose, congratulations on the win here tonight.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose. He had a tremendous first half, and that clearly inspired the whole team after halftime. Gave him a big lift. Let's get your opinion. And we are still early in the postseason. There's more round one action of the NBA playoffs.
HBK, yeah, you know how we. And I can't quit. I know it's HBK, yeah, you know how we.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
A very big Game 5 is upon us here in round 1 of the NBA playoffs. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Joining me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight we'll see the Toronto Raptors as they play against the Chicago Bulls in their house, United Center. Looking at the Bulls, they were able to squeak out a win in Game 4. It came down to the final minutes. They'll try for another big win tonight. Been a hard-fought series to this point, but you know, with Game 5 on their home floor, they've got to take control. Shaq, let's get you to weigh in first.
If they lose tonight, they're facing the elimination on road in Game 6. Now, as the series progresses, Ernie, the margin for error has got to be smaller and smaller. They really need to concentrate, especially tonight.
Jet?
Well, I'm not a big fan of the phrase must win, but tonight is a must win. Because if you don't, this is a hard-pressed and hard-fought battle. I think it would be tough for either team to get back in the series. So I think tonight.
This is what the playoffs are all about. It's 2-2, and we're in a crucial Game 5 of this first-round Eastern Conference match. Changes. Chalmers comes in for Paul Millsap, and Wallace subbed in for Rose. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Biyombo is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Morris comes in for Patrick Patterson. Roberson, he's checked in for Warren. And Corey Joseph subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. So for Toronto right now, I'll out there with Corey Joseph. Then there's Andre Robertson. And there's Bismack Biyombo. And it's Morris in at the power forward. And it's going to be 2 free throws.